If you guys hear chirping in the background, it's just the crickets we bought for our bearded dragons. Ignore. It's a message that I want to give because it's been sitting in my heart these past few days. So if it's sitting in my heart, I be noticing sometimes it's like, where am I going to put it other than my journal? Oh, let me just share it because it might be somebody else that needs it as well. So something that's been, if you're wondering what I'm looking at my dog walking in the background. She has like all this fur on her because she's getting her summer coat. But something that has been on my heart for a minute is a little something like, leave it alone. That's the simplest and best way I can put it. Leave it alone and leave them alone. And I'm going to tell you where this is coming from. It's coming from a place of leave whomever alone that is not reciprocating. Leave it alone. If no one is reciprocating it, leave them alone. Let them go. Don't worry about them. Okay, so just a little quick little rundown, quick little story. It was somebody I was really cool with, really thought enough of them, highly of them and everything. You know, they have been going through a rough time, whatever the case might be, and they just fell completely off. Okay, that was already red flag one. There's someone who has had like not the best reputation or the best rapport. So, but me feeling like, okay, you know, I'm different. They know I'm different. So they see me different, this, that, and the third. You know, I didn't think I'd be in whatever category they might have been with other people. I'd say that. So time went on. You know me, I'm a person, I'm not going to force nobody to deal. I don't force nobody to deal with me. Either you want to or you don't, or whatever, you know, that's just me. But being that I'm on a healing journey and everything, and truly working out and working on healing, it's been kind of, you know, heavy in my heart, and just I've been paying attention. So I didn't really just fully just try to push anything, push no issues, no nothing like that, because I also know they're going through a lot. So something transpired in their life where, you know, I can relate to, so I reached out to them. You know, they gave me this whole spiel or whatever about stuff and everything. And, you know, I get it. I understand. But one thing that stood out to me is the fact that I have called this person consecutively. I have texted them. And I noticed on social media, where on one of the platforms we used to talk on the most, I noticed there wasn't a way of communicating with them. I had to actually go through like my brand page to talk to them. And in doing so, you know, finally, you know, hearing from them or whatever, but then I started seeing them. I saw that they commented on like a mutual friend that we used to have, or a mutual friend that we have together. I saw them commenting on theirs, and I'm like, let it go. Be done. You're not mean for just letting them go. You see the shadiness. You see how they're moving. You see they don't want to deal with you. Let them go. Leave them alone. And although I want to be there for the person or whatever, let it go. Let it go. Let them go. Let it go. And I say that because there's somebody that needs to hear that right now. You need to let them go. You need to let it go. You might really want to be there for that person. You might really care for the person. You might really want to help them, this, that, and the third. You might want to bring somebody with you on your healing journey, whatever the case might be. No. God knows who's supposed to be with you and who's not supposed to be with you. Sometimes when you're trying to pull somebody, you know, when you're healing, and I saw somebody who was bashed for saying that when you're healing, cut everybody off. And I understand where they're coming from, because if you're genuinely, truly trying to heal, you're not in a person, and you have to pay attention to the person, because not everybody wants to heal. There are some people who's content in their trauma. They're content in their pain. I was once like that, but at the time, I found other ways to like supplement it, and it wasn't good ways. So you you have to pay attention when you're on your healing journey, you're truly wanting to heal, especially when you're doing it with God. You can't have everybody around you. If they're going to hinder you from growing, if they're going to hinder you from being the person God is trying to move you to be, then it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So I say that because, yeah, this was somebody I didn't necessarily want it removed out of my life, but at the same time, I was peeping it though. So there is a part of where I'm kind of like, shame on you, Megan. But at the same time, you know, hearing from them when they responded back or whatever, and I noticed there wasn't really nothing said after that. And I know I text you and I know I called you. And one of the lies they used to always say to me, and they didn't even know that I knew that it was a lie. They used to always make it like, well, you know, where I'm located, because they're located in a surrounding state to me. They always say, well, you know, I don't get good service or whatever out here. You got AT&T. It's very rare places we don't get no service. I've always known that to be a lie, but I still kept on trying with this person. Still kept on trying. And when they was going through an experience that I can relate to, I tried reaching out to them. So I say all that to say, I'm not talking bad about the person. I'm just getting you to understand the situation at hand of, it put me in a place of, I was sitting here yesterday, because I think it was this past weekend when I finally had spoken with them, and I was just like, let it go. You've been knowing this person didn't want to deal with you. You've been knowing this person is how they are. You've been knowing. But you had to reach out. You had to. But that had to happen for me to get to the point of, leave them alone. Let it go. So if you're dealing with that with somebody, you might be in a relationship with somebody. It might be a friendship. That's what mine was. It might be whatever. But sometimes when you're going to another level, or God is trying to take you and remove you, so when you reappear, you're going to be a whole new person. Sometimes when God is trying to do that for you, there's just some people they can't come with you. So it might hurt. It probably does hurt. But you've got to let them go. Let them go. Leave it alone. Don't say nothing. Leave it where it's at. That's all you can do. You can't just sit and be like, why are you doing, they're doing it. The actions speak louder than words. And don't get me wrong, like I said, you understand people's situations, but at the same time, what makes you feel like you deserve to be treated like that? What makes you feel like you deserve that? So leave them alone, pray for them, keep it going. Disconnect any communication. You always remain kind, but at the same time, don't remain a fool. So that's my message for today. I don't know who needs to hear it, but I know I needed it, so I had to share it. Leave it alone and leave them alone. Let it go. Let it ride. It's going to hurt. It's going to burn. The person you take it to is to God. You take it to God. You pray for them. You let them know how you feel. And you're going to feel so much better after that. I know I did. And that's the first thing that kept coming. Let them go. Leave it alone. Let it go. So you have a good Tuesday. That's my message for today. And I hope it helps somebody. If it helps you, comment, say hey, whatever. Bye.